I wanna wake up in another state without this big old weight on top my back and stay for a while. I wanna drive fast on top the 105 pass these mountains with my friends, singing songs and leave this old life behind. I don't wanna waste no more time living out someone else's life. I'm just gonna take back what's mine. My heart's been longing for life. I wanna tiptoe across the open unknown, where golden sun meets white snow, and call this old van my home. I wanna kiss her in front of all these strangers. Maybe that's what love is, or maybe we're just dumb kids. I don't wanna waste no more time living out someone else's life. I'm just gonna take back what's mine. My heart's been longing for life. Supposed to, just one a day. So go ahead, like you were born to, just save the day.
Seize the day, gather yours but while ye may.
I wanna stand by the California state line and watch the ocean's tide rise, looking into your eyes.
I don't wanna waste no more time living out someone else's life. I'm just gonna take back what's mine. My heart's been longing for life. I don't wanna waste no more time living out someone else's life. Gonna take back what's mine, living out someone else's life. I'm just gonna take back what's mine. My heart's been longing for life. I don't wanna waste no more time living out someone else's life. I'm just gonna take back what's mine. My heart's been longing for life.
Hey everybody, happy June. It's been a few days since my Pumpkin Bread and Dead Poet Society adventures, and I thought that I would string those clips with this video, which happens to be the Bookish tag. I was tagged by Charlotte from Charlotte's Reads. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I just want to say I'm incredibly proud of her. She made a video about her dream cast for the Disney Plus edition of the Percy Jackson series, TV show, the like, and that's something she's really passionate about. She loves Percy Jackson, and that video went kind of viral for her, so I'm just so excited for you, Charlotte. Without further ado, let's get into this here tag. I've got all the questions written on this here note card. Number 1, what is the number of books you own? I just went through and counted every single book on my bookshelf, and the answer to that is 127 books. I tend not to buy books. This has changed a little bit with BookTube. I feel that I've definitely purchased more books as I've heard more about them and been driven to read them sooner, but this surprised me. It's a big number. I don't know. It seems like a lot. Maybe it's not. Number of books you are reading. I am currently reading 4 novels, which are: number 1, Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. Number 2, Winds of War by Herman Wouk. Number 3, Robin. This is a biography of Robin Williams. Not sure who the author is, but hey, I'll write it down below. And 4, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. One of these books, Murder on the Orient Express, is for a book club I have with some of my friends from my old school. So I'm really excited that we're on a new book, one that I've never read before. And Agatha Christie is an author I really want to get into. I saw that one Doctor Who episode with her in it, and I was massively inspired. Agatha Christie, ladies and gentlemen, she saw the TARDIS.
The date on this newspaper.
What about it?
It's the day Agatha Christie disappeared.
Imaginary Friend is a library book I picked up pre-quarantine, so I'm trying to get that finished before at least the library drop-off opens up again so that I can read that. I'm really enjoying it. It's a chunky monkey, but I find that if I sit down to read it, the time flies and all of a sudden I've read 75 pages. Winds of War has been a little bit harder for me to get into, but I will say I love the writing style. I love how rich and potent the characters are. The plot is really historically accurate. It is a World War historical fiction, and I'm learning a lot that I didn't know about the World Wars through this novel. The last book I'm reading, I just actually picked up for fun. I was thinking about Robin Williams after I watched The Dead Poets Society. I wanted to learn more about him because I don't know much about him other than I love him. So I picked up that biography on audiobook. It's interesting so far. I'm about 45 minutes in. Question 3, books you read and didn't enjoy. Number 1, this is a book I had to read for school in the 9th grade. I feel like I would have liked it better had it not been for school, and that was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This is a very well-loved book, but it wasn't my favorite. It was very philosophical, and it very much followed the train of thought that the universe has a plan for you, that you have a destiny and a fate to follow through with. And I have no problem reading books like that in fiction. I think it's really a cool idea. However, it's not one that I believe in or connect to. So I had a hard time suspending my disbelief reading that book, although the writing was quite majestic. Another book I read and did not enjoy, this was actually a while ago, so I might give it another shot, but that was The School of Good and Evil. I started it off, I loved it, Agatha was pretty darn cool, and then I kept reading and I was just confused the whole time. I had no idea what was going on. Maybe I picked it up too young. Let me know in the comments below if I should try it again. Question 4, a cover by. Ooh, I don't really buy books based on the cover very often, but I definitely have a few. One of which is The Priory of the Orange Tree. I love this cover. I just think it looks so fantastical. I love dragons. I love the color orange. It was a win-win all around. Also, it's been described as the feminist Lord of the Rings, so I had to give it a shot, really. And I'm hoping to read that one in the upcoming months. Another book I picked up based on the cover is Lily and the Octopus. This one actually just came in the mail. I saw it on Abigail's Cup of Tea, her channel. I will link down below. It's lovely, and it just looked adorable. It has a little dachshund on it, and I think it's a dachshund. Let's go with the dachshund. Question 5, book you own but hate the cover of. Okay, this is another one I read quite a while ago and don't remember very well, so should probably pick up, but every time I see the cover, I just kind of cringe a little. And that's Ender's Game. I don't know why I don't like it. It's just too much is going on, too many colors. It's very distracting to me. I don't know. It stresses me out. It makes me anxious. So I'd have to say that is a cover I do not like that belongs to a book that I do like very much. 6, a book you haven't read in years. So I was looking at my shelf for this one, and I found three books that were the oldest books I own. One was a Magic Treehouse book. It's the one where they go to Japan. That was my favorite when I were but a young wee lass. But the book that I picked as a book that I have not read in a really long time is Nancy's Mysterious Letter. This is a Nancy Drew book. I believe I got it for my birthday from my grandma when I was maybe 6. I used to really love Nancy Drew. I thought she was so cool. I thought the mysteries were so intriguing, and that was kind kind of my thing. You know, they did like spin-offs of Nancy Drew, like for younger kids, where you could like go to the book fair, the Scholastic Book Fair, and buy a copy, and they were like this thin, but they came with like this lipstick looking thing. It looked like lipstick, so you could pretend to put lipstick on, but it was actually a recorder to solve mysteries with, so you could voice record people for evidence. 7, a book you'll always recommend. Oh man, Anne of Green Gables. This book, I read a passage from it the other day because I had to submit a voice recording because I'm going to volunteer to read audiobooks for the blind and dyslexic students in the United States or just in English-speaking countries. So I had to submit a voice test, and it could be from a book of my choice, and I picked Anne of Green Gables. It's just so lovely. I don't know how else to describe it. It makes me feel warm inside. It makes me feel like autumn, which is my favorite feeling. It's just lovely. It's lovely. The characters are endearing. The setting is gorgeous. The plot is hilarious. I think it's something that will make anyone smile. Favorite series? I have a few of these. Let's start off with one that I'm reading now. That is A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, otherwise known as the Game of Thrones series. Problematic? Yeah, I have a video about it. But the world building, stellar. Characters, wonderful. You best bet. I just enjoy it. I don't know. It seems very well thought out and very meticulous to me. I'm just intrigued every time that I listen to it. And I'm never, even though they're massive, they're like ginormous books. Every time I pick one up, I just feel excited. I don't feel daunted in any way, which is kind of rare for me with big books. Some other series that I love are obviously Harry Potter. There is a series that goes along with Anne of Green Gables. I have read, I believe, 3 of them, and I'd say the Lunar Chronicles are also a lovely series for more young adult middle grade readers who are wanting to pick up something magical. Where do you read? Well, let me tell you. This right here, so this is my nightstand that you guys are all perched on, and this right here is my bed. Sometimes I'll read there, but not really, because then I can't fall asleep, and that's bad. I have a chair over there that you can't see, but it's green. I read there. I have a chair at my desk that's gray. Sometimes I'll read there. The floor is always good. You know, anywhere. I'm totally good, except I do get car sick, so I usually do not read in the car. Alrighty, and for the last question, what were the last 2 books you gave 2 stars to? And why? Okay, so it looks like the last 3 books I gave 2 stars to were P.S. I Still Love You from To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That's the second book in the series. I find it incredibly disappointing, but you know what? Middle books are hard to write. I get it. So I would recommend you stick with that series, even if you find the second one as dull as I did. Another book that I recently gave 2 stars to, I think I gave 2.5, was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I also have a video about this, which I will link above. I never know what side it is. It was marketed to me, and I feel like this might be part of the reason I didn't like it. It was marketed to me as a YA novel, so that's what I expected, and it was very much not a YA novel, and that's okay. It's just not what I was looking for going into it. I didn't really fall in love with any of the characters. I found the plot to be distracting. There were some subplots I found just unnecessary, and it's supposed to be an enemies to lovers, and they're enemies for pretty much 10 pages. Another book that I read recently and gave 2 stars to, maybe 2.5 also for this one, was On the Fence by Casey West. This is a really popular Casey West novel, and I understand why. The main character is flawed and she grows a lot as a person, which is always nice to see in a novel. She's also quite relatable. She's very much your average teenage girl, so I think a lot of people can connect to her. There were some thematic elements in this story that I didn't like. The ending I didn't like. The romance I didn't really like. I just didn't care. So maybe it just wasn't for me, because I have read other Casey West novels, my favorite being Lucky in Love. I adored that one. This one, not so much. And that's okay. That's okay. That's how it works. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I have to tag people. I'm just gonna tag anyone who wants to do this. You're totally welcome to. So yeah, that's all I got for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the pumpkin bread and the tag, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.
For a while I wanna drive fast on top the 105 pass these mountains with my friends, singing songs and leave this old life behind.